Fact 1. Lost sailors in the sea who cling to wreckage basically have their skin dissolved by salt water after soaking for more than 3 days. Fact 2. There are perfectly preserved shipwrecks from ancient Greece preserved at the bottom of the Black Sea. The water is so deep that it becomes anoxic, oxygen-free, which preserves organic materials like wood. Shipwrecks are cool, but I find the phenomenon a little disturbing since there's probably no life down there. Fact 3. 94% of the Earth's oceans are just pitch-black darkness. Fact 4. The ocean is blue because all the other pigments are absorbed. So after a certain distance down, everything becomes a monotone blue color unless you have some other light source. The freaky part is if a diver gets cut underwater, the blood looks black, like ink. All the red has long since been absorbed, so there's no wavelengths left to show you a red color when you. Fact 5. There are parts of the ocean which are dead, no oxygen in the water, which means nothing can survive. No fish, no plankton, nothing at all. They are spreading exponentially. Whilst they are tiny now and have been at the rate of growth, they'll cause serious problems before the end of the century. Fact 6. I'm a scuba diver, and one thing that really scared me when I first started off diving, you hear so much more underwater than you ever will above on the surface. I'm not even talking about like the shifting or just the water itself moving. You hear things like fish clicking and other things like that, 'cause underwater sounds move and travel a lot more, so you hear a lot more and much quicker. Was pretty out of nowhere when I first went on. Fact 7. Point Nemo is the most isolated place in the world. It's in the middle of the South Pacific Gyre, which is a massive rotating current that basically keeps any nutrients-rich water from ever getting in. So there is no sea life anywhere to be found except for a few crabs and bacteria that live near some thermal vents on the ocean floor. It's so far away from any land that if you sailed there, the closest people would be on the International Space Station. This is the location H. Lovecraft was describing when he provided the location of Erlai, where Cthulhu and the other old ones live. Although Lovecraft's coordinates were slightly off, and in 1997, the loudest unidentified underwater sound ever recorded, known as the bloop, originated near there. It was loud enough that it was recorded from multiple sensors 5,000 miles apart and lasted for over a minute. The prevailing theory is that it was ice cracking off the South Pole, but we don't actually know what caused it for sure. Fact 8. We know less about the depths of our ocean than we know about our solar system. Also, somewhere down there are living things capable of crushing an U-boat like a tin can. Happened during a deep-sea exploration mission where they lowered a robotic U-boat down to how many kilometers when they suddenly felt an immense force pulling at the U-boat, nearly breaking the crane. Was lowered with, when they pulled it up, it was severely deformed and had giant bite marks. To this day, nobody knows exactly what attacked the U-boat.